Top 25 Assistant Accountant Interview Questions and Answers. Preparing for an assistant accountant interview requires more than memorizing basic accounting terms. Employers usually look for candidates who understand bookkeeping, reconciliations, invoices, financial records, reporting deadlines, and accuracy under pressure. They also want someone trustworthy, organized, and comfortable working with accounting software and finance teams. The following assistant accountant interview questions and answers are designed to help you explain your skills clearly, show confidence, and connect your experience with the needs of the role. Use them to prepare strong, professional responses for any accounting interview with stronger preparation today. 1. Tell me about yourself and your accounting background. I have a strong interest in accounting, finance, and accurate record keeping. My background includes working with invoices, bank reconciliations, payment records, ledgers, and basic financial reports. I understand the importance of deadlines, confidentiality, and attention to detail in an accounts department. I am comfortable using spreadsheets and accounting software, and I enjoy supporting senior accountants by keeping records organized, updated, and ready for review or reporting every single day. 2. Why do you want to work as an assistant accountant? I want to work as an assistant accountant because the role allows me to build practical accounting experience while supporting important finance operations. I enjoy working with numbers, checking details, solving small discrepancies, and keeping financial records accurate. This position also gives me the chance to learn from experienced accountants, understand company processes better, and grow toward more advanced accounting responsibilities such as reporting, budgeting, and financial analysis over time. 3. What are the main duties of an assistant accountant? The main duties of an assistant accountant include maintaining financial records, processing invoices, reconciling bank statements, updating ledgers, preparing payment runs, assisting with month-end closing, and supporting financial reporting. The role may also involve checking expense claims, handling supplier queries, preparing journal entries, and helping auditors with documents. Accuracy, organization, and timely communication are important because the finance team depends on reliable information for decisions and reporting without unnecessary delays. 4. How do you ensure accuracy in your accounting work? I ensure accuracy by checking figures carefully, comparing documents with source records, and following a consistent review process before submitting work. I avoid rushing important entries and always verify invoice numbers, dates, account codes, tax amounts, and totals. When using spreadsheets or software, I use formulas, reconciliations, and supporting documents to confirm results. If I find a mistake, I correct it quickly and inform the relevant person for future reference. 5. What accounting software have you used before? I have experience using accounting software for entering invoices, recording payments, checking supplier accounts, preparing reports, and supporting reconciliations. I am also comfortable with Microsoft Excel, including formulas, filters, pivot tables, and basic data analysis. If a company uses different software, I can learn it quickly because I understand the accounting process behind the system. My focus is always on accurate input, proper coding, and clear documentation every single time. 6. How do you handle bank reconciliations? When handling bank reconciliations, I compare the bank statement with the cash book or accounting system to identify matching transactions. I check deposits, payments, bank charges, direct debits, and outstanding items. If there is a difference, I investigate timing issues, missing entries, duplicate postings, or incorrect amounts. After resolving discrepancies, I prepare a clear reconciliation summary with supporting notes so the senior accountant can review it confidently and final approval. 7. How would you deal with an invoice discrepancy? If I find an invoice discrepancy, I first compare the invoice with the purchase order, delivery note, contract, or approval record. I check quantities, prices, tax, discounts, and payment terms. If the issue remains unclear, I contact the supplier or internal department politely for confirmation. I would not process the invoice until the discrepancy is resolved, because paying incorrect amounts can create financial errors and supplier disputes or audit issues. 8. What is the difference between accounts payable and accounts receivable? Accounts payable refers to money the company owes to suppliers or vendors for goods and services received. Accounts receivable refers to money customers owe the company for sales made on credit. Payable focuses on processing supplier invoices and payments, while receivable focuses on customer invoices, collections, and receipts. Both are important because they affect cash flow, working capital, financial records, and the company's overall financial position and better management decisions. 9. How do you prioritize your work during busy periods? During busy periods, I prioritize tasks by deadline, importance, and impact on the finance process. For example, payroll, payment runs, month-end reports, and urgent supplier issues should be handled first. I make a task list, track progress, and communicate early if something may be delayed. I also stay focused, avoid unnecessary interruptions, and double-check critical work, because speed should not reduce accuracy in accounting tasks during every important reporting cycle. 10. How do you handle confidential financial information? I handle confidential financial information carefully by following company policies, using secure systems, and sharing information only with authorized people. I do not discuss salaries, bank details, supplier records, or financial reports with anyone who does not need access. I also keep documents organized, protect passwords, and avoid leaving sensitive papers visible. Trust is essential in accounting, so confidentiality must always be treated as a professional responsibility in every situation. 11. What is a journal entry in accounting? A journal entry is a record of a financial transaction in the accounting system. It usually includes a debit, a credit, date, account names, amount, and description. Journal entries are used to record adjustments, accruals, prepayments, depreciation, corrections, and other transactions that may not come directly from invoices or payments. Each journal must balance, meaning total debits equal total credits, to keep the accounts accurate and reliable company financial records. 12. Can you explain the meaning of accruals? Accruals are accounting adjustments used to record expenses or income in the correct accounting period, even if payment has not yet been made or received. For example, if a company receives services in March but the invoice arrives in April, the expense should still be recorded in March. Accruals help financial statements show a more accurate picture of performance, liabilities, and income for the reporting period and correct financial results. 13. What are prepayments in accounting? Prepayments are payments made in advance for goods or services that will benefit future accounting periods. For example, if a company pays 12 months of insurance up front, only the portion related to the current month should be treated as an expense immediately. The remaining amount is recorded as an asset and released over time. This method helps match expenses with the period in which benefits are received and accurate reporting. 14. How do you manage supplier queries? I manage supplier queries by listening carefully, checking the supplier account, and reviewing invoices, payments, credit notes, and remittance advice. I try to respond professionally and clearly, even if the supplier is frustrated. If the query needs investigation, I gather the correct documents and update the supplier on progress. Good communication is important because supplier relationships affect payment terms, service quality, and the company's reputation during the normal payment process. 15. How do you support month-end closing? I support month-end closing by making sure invoices, payments, receipts, expenses, accruals, prepayments, and reconciliations are updated before the deadline. I check ledgers for missing or unusual entries and prepare supporting schedules for review. I also assist senior accountants with journal entries, reports, and document requests. A smooth month-end close depends on accuracy, organization, and completing tasks on time so reports can be produced reliably for management and external reporting. 16. What is your experience with Excel in accounting? I use Excel to organize accounting data, prepare reconciliations, track invoices, analyze expenses, and create simple reports. I am comfortable with formulas such as SHUMOM, IF, VLOOKUP, XLOOKUP, and basic pivot tables. Excel helps me check large amounts of data quickly and identify differences or trends. However, I also understand that formulas must be reviewed carefully because one small error can affect the whole report before sharing any final figures. 17. How would you handle a mistake you made in accounts? If I made a mistake in accounts, I would first identify the cause and measure the impact. Then I would correct it properly, inform my supervisor if necessary, and keep a record of the correction. I believe honesty is very important in accounting because hiding errors can make the problem worse. I would also learn from the mistake and improve my checking process to prevent repetition again in the future. 18. What is the importance of reconciliation in accounting? Reconciliation is important because it confirms that accounting records match external or supporting documents, such as bank statements, supplier statements, or customer accounts. It helps identify missing transactions, duplicate entries, incorrect postings, timing differences, and possible fraud. Regular reconciliations improve the reliability of financial reports and support better decision-making. Without reconciliation, errors can remain hidden and affect cash flow, profit calculations, and balance sheet accuracy in every important accounting period. 19. How do you work with deadlines in accounting? I work with deadlines by planning early, understanding priorities, and keeping track of all required tasks. Accounting deadlines are important because late invoices, reports, payments, or reconciliations can affect the whole finance department. I break larger tasks into smaller steps and complete high-priority work first. If I see a risk of delay, I communicate quickly so the team can adjust plans and avoid last-minute pressure and protect overall reporting quality. 20. How do you handle repetitive accounting tasks? I handle repetitive accounting tasks by staying organized and using checklists to maintain consistency. Even if a task is routine, I understand that accuracy is still very important. I try to work efficiently without becoming careless, and I look for ways to improve the process, such as using templates, formulas, or better filing methods. Repetitive tasks often form the foundation of reliable financial records and reporting for the whole business. 21. What would you do if a supplier statement does not match company records? If a supplier statement does not match company records, I would compare each invoice, credit note, and payment line by line. I would check for missing invoices, duplicate entries, unapplied payments, timing differences, or incorrect amounts. If necessary, I would contact the supplier for copies or clarification. After finding the cause, I would update the records or prepare notes for review before any payment decision is made by finance management. 22. How do you stay organized in an accounting role? I stay organized by keeping documents properly filed, maintaining clear task lists, and updating records regularly instead of leaving work until the last moment. I use folders, labels, spreadsheets, and reminders to track invoices, reconciliations, approvals, and deadlines. Being organized helps me find information quickly, reduce errors, and support the finance team more effectively. In accounting, good organization saves time and improves accuracy. This supports smoother daily finance department operations. 23. What do you understand by double-entry bookkeeping? Double-entry bookkeeping means every financial transaction affects at least two accounts. With one debit and one credit, the total debits must always equal total credits. For example, when a company pays cash for supplies, supplies expense increases while cash decreases. This system keeps the accounting equation balanced and helps prepare accurate financial statements. It is the foundation of modern accounting and financial record keeping in any modern professional accounts department. 24. Why should we hire you as an assistant accountant? You should hire me because I am detail-oriented, reliable, organized, and genuinely interested in accounting. I understand the importance of accurate records, deadlines, confidentiality, and teamwork in a finance department. I can support daily accounting tasks, learn company systems quickly, and communicate clearly with colleagues and suppliers. I am also willing to improve my skills continuously, making me a dependable candidate for this assistant accountant position from the first day. 25. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? In 5 years, I see myself as a more skilled accounting professional with strong experience in financial reporting, reconciliations, tax support, budgeting, and analysis. I would like to grow from an assistant accountant role into a position with greater responsibility, such as accountant or finance officer. I also want to continue learning through professional development, because accounting standards, software, and business needs keep changing over time with stronger professional confidence. A successful assistant accountant interview depends on showing both technical understanding and professional behavior. You should be ready to discuss invoices, reconciliations, journals, accruals, prepayments, deadlines, confidentiality, and accounting software with clear examples. Employers want someone who can support daily finance work, reduce errors, and communicate well with colleagues and suppliers. Practice these questions in your own words so your answers sound natural, confident, and honest. With good preparation, you can show that you are accurate, dependable, and ready to grow in accounting before attending your next important job interview.